You walk into an auto parts store and see walls of colorful bottles promising miracle cures for your engine. Most of them are expensive snake oil that can actually damage your vehicle. But here's what the industry doesn't want you to know. There are exactly 10 additives that actually work, and they can save you thousands in repair bills if you use them correctly. Today, we're counting down the only engine additives worth your money based on real chemistry and proven results. Some of these can fix problems that dealerships charge thousands to repair. Others can prevent catastrophic failures that destroy engines without warning, but use the wrong additive, and you could void your warranty or cause the exact problems you're trying to prevent. Number 10. Engine flush products. Use with extreme caution. Starting our countdown with the most dangerous additive that actually works when used correctly. Engine flush products are powerful solvents designed to break down and remove built-up sludge from your engine's internal components. But they're also the most likely to cause catastrophic damage if used incorrectly. These products can be incredibly effective at cleaning engines with severe sludge buildup, particularly in cases where previous owners neglected oil changes or used poor quality oil for extended periods. The solvents dissolve years of accumulated deposits, varnish, and carbon buildup that regular oil changes can't remove. But here's the critical danger that most people don't understand. The solvent can dislodge large chunks of sludge that then clog critical oil passages, leading to oil starvation and catastrophic engine failure. Picture years of built-up sludge suddenly breaking free and blocking the oil pickup screen or main oil gallery. The result is immediate bearing failure and complete engine destruction. Multiple automakers, including Ford, General Motors, and Toyota, have issued warnings against using engine flush products because of this exact problem. Mechanics have horror stories of engines that were running fine before a flush, only to seize up completely within hours or days after the treatment when loose sludge blocked oil flow to critical bearings and camshafts. The key to safe use is understanding when your engine actually needs a flush versus when it doesn't. If you've maintained regular oil changes with quality oil, your engine probably doesn't have enough sludge buildup to justify the risk. Modern high detergent oils are designed to keep engines clean during normal operation. However, if you bought a high-mileage vehicle with questionable maintenance history, or if you can see thick sludge when you remove the oil filler cap, a professional flush might be necessary. The safer approach is having this done by a professional who can monitor the process and immediately change filters if blockage occurs. The even safer alternative is using high-detergent synthetic oil and performing more frequent oil changes, perhaps every 3,000 miles instead of the normal interval. This gradually and safely cleans the engine over time without the risk of sudden blockages. Think of it as a gentle cleaning versus pressure washing your engine's internals. Number 9. Viscosity improvers for high-mileage engines. Viscosity improvers like Lucas Oil Stabilizer are high-viscosity base oils that thicken your engine oil. For newer engines, this is not only unnecessary, but can actually hurt performance and fuel economy by making the oil too thick. But for older, high-mileage engines with worn bearings and piston rings, they can be a legitimate solution to extend engine life. As engines accumulate miles, internal clearances increase due to normal wear patterns. Main and rod bearings develop more play as their surfaces wear. Piston rings lose tension and sealing capability, and valve stem seals become less effective at controlling oil consumption. Standard oil viscosity that worked perfectly when the engine was new might now be too thin to maintain proper pressure and lubrication in these worn components. The science behind viscosity improvers involves long-chain polymer molecules that expand when heated, maintaining oil thickness at operating temperature while still allowing reasonable flow when cold. This helps restore oil pressure in worn engines, reduces noise from loose bearings rattling, and decreases oil consumption through worn rings and valve seals. Owners of high-mileage vehicles, particularly those with over 150,000 miles, often report dramatically quieter operation and reduced oil burning after using these products. The improvement in oil pressure can be measured on the dashboard gauge, and the reduction in bearing noise is immediately noticeable. However, the critical understanding is that this is a targeted solution for a worn engine, not a preventative measure for a healthy one. Adding viscosity improver to a new engine can reduce fuel economy by increasing internal friction, strain the oil pump by making it work harder to circulate thicker oil, and potentially slow oil flow to critical components during cold starts. The ideal candidate for viscosity improvers is an engine that shows clear signs of wear, low oil pressure at idle, bearing noise, excessive oil consumption, or blue smoke from the exhaust. For these engines, the benefits far outweigh any drawbacks. Number 8. Diesel cetane boosters for better performance. Cetane boosters work similarly to octane boosters for gasoline engines, but they improve diesel combustion characteristics in ways that deliver measurable performance benefits. A higher cetane rating leads to shorter ignition delay and more complete combustion, resulting in smoother engine operation, better cold starts, improved fuel efficiency, and reduced emissions. The cetane number measures how readily diesel fuel ignites under compression. Higher cetane fuel ignites more quickly and burns more completely, while lower cetane fuel has a longer ignition delay that can cause rough running, increased noise, and higher emissions. Most pump diesel in the United States has a cetane rating between 40 and 45, which meets minimum standards but isn't optimal for performance. This is particularly valuable for diesel owners who frequently encounter lower quality fuel or live in areas where fuel standards are minimal. Not all diesel fuel is created equal, and some regions, particularly rural areas or truck stops, may have fuel with cetane ratings that barely meet federal minimums. Adding a cetane booster can compensate for poor fuel quality and optimize your engine's performance regardless of where you fill up. The benefits are most noticeable during cold weather starting, where higher cetane fuel ignites more readily and reduces the cranking time needed to start the engine. Diesel owners in northern climates often swear by cetane boosters for reliable winter operation, especially in older engines without glow plugs or with worn injection systems. The improved combustion characteristics also reduce engine knock, lower combustion temperatures, and can extend fuel injector life by promoting cleaner burning. Modern diesel injection systems operate at extremely high pressures, and cleaner combustion reduces the stress on these precision components. Unlike many additives that make vague performance claims, cetane boosters have measurable, predictable effects on combustion quality that can be verified with engine diagnostic equipment. They're a worthwhile investment for diesel owners looking to optimize performance, especially when fuel quality is questionable or when maximum cold weather reliability is needed. Number 7. Anti-leak seal conditioners for minor leaks. As vehicles age, rubber seals and gaskets shrink and harden, leading to minor fluid leaks. Products like AT205 are specifically formulated to recondition and swell these seals, restoring their elasticity and stopping small weeping leaks. These seal conditioners work by penetrating the rubber and restoring some of its original flexibility. They're particularly effective on transmission seals, power steering systems, and rear differential seals that develop minor leaks over time. The key distinction is between seal conditioners and traditional stop leak products. Conditioners work chemically to restore seal flexibility, while many stop leak products contain solid particulates that can clog filters and cause serious damage to pumps and valves. Seal conditioners are most effective on minor leaks where the seal is still mostly intact but has lost flexibility. They won't fix a torn seal or major damage, but they can eliminate the annoying drips that stain your driveway and indicate slowly failing components. This is a valid maintenance option for high-mileage vehicles, where minor leaks are more of a nuisance than a major problem. They can buy you time before more extensive repairs become necessary. Number 6. Fuel stabilizers for stored vehicles. Fuel stabilizers prevent fuel degradation during long-term storage, making them essential for classic cars, RVs, motorcycles, and seasonal equipment like lawnmowers and boats. Modern gasoline contains ethanol, which can separate from the fuel over time and cause corrosion in fuel system components. The gasoline itself also oxidizes and forms gums and varnishes that can clog fuel injectors and carburetors. These problems are particularly severe in small engines with less sophisticated fuel systems. Fuel stabilizers work by preventing oxidation and maintaining the chemical stability of both the gasoline and ethanol components. They ensure that fuel remains fresh and combustible even after months of storage. For owners of vehicles or equipment that sit unused for extended periods, fuel stabilizers are not optional. They're essential maintenance. The cost of a bottle of stabilizer is minimal compared to the expense of cleaning or replacing clogged fuel systems. The key is adding the stabilizer to fresh fuel before storage, not trying to treat fuel that's already begun to degrade. Run the engine after adding stabilizer to ensure it reaches all parts of the fuel system. Number 5. Coolant corrosion inhibitors for system protection. The integrity of your cooling system is crucial for long-term engine health, as demonstrated by catastrophic failures like Nissan's strawberry milkshake of death, where a failed radiator destroyed transmissions. All modern coolants contain corrosion inhibitors to protect against rust and pitting, but these additives deplete over time. Supplemental coolant additives from companies like Mobil or Chevron Delo are designed to restore this protection in high-stress applications or aging cooling systems. These additives are particularly valuable for commercial vehicles, towing applications, or any situation where the cooling system operates under severe conditions. They protect not just the radiator, but also the water pump, thermostat housing, and internal engine passages from corrosion and erosion. The critical factor is choosing a product compatible with your vehicle's specific coolant type. Whether you have inorganic additive technology, organic acid technology, or hybrid organic acid technology coolant, the wrong additive can cause chemical reactions that damage seals and create deposits. Cooling system protection is one area where preventive maintenance pays huge dividends. The cost of coolant additives is minimal compared to the expense of replacing corroded radiators, water pumps, or worse yet, dealing with internal engine damage from cooling system failure. Subscribe if you're finding these legitimate additives helpful, because the top 5 on our list can actually fix expensive problems that dealerships charge thousands to repair. Number 4. Anti-gel diesel additives for cold weather. Diesel engines face a unique challenge in cold climates where paraffin wax particles in the fuel can crystallize and clog fuel lines and filters, preventing the engine from running entirely. Anti-gel additives lower the freezing point of diesel fuel, preventing wax crystallization that would otherwise shut down your engine. This isn't just a convenience issue, it's a reliability necessity for diesel owners in cold environments. The wax crystals that form in cold diesel don't just reduce flow, they can completely block fuel filters and lines, leaving you stranded. Unlike gasoline engines that might just run poorly in cold weather, a diesel engine with gelled fuel simply won't run at all. These additives are particularly critical for commercial applications where downtime means lost revenue. Construction equipment, delivery trucks, and emergency vehicles can't afford to be sidelined by fuel gelling. The key is using anti-gel additives preventively before cold weather hits. Once fuel has already gelled, you need to warm the fuel system and replace filters before the additive can be effective. This is a case where prevention is much easier than cure. Number 3. ZDDP oil supplements for classic engines. Zinc dialkyl dithiophosphate supplements are essential for owners of classic cars or vehicles with flat tappet camshafts. This isn't about improved performance, it's about preventing catastrophic engine failure. Modern engine oils have reduced ZDDP content to protect catalytic converters, but older engines were designed when oil contained much higher zinc and phosphorus levels. Without adequate ZDDP, older engines can experience premature wear and catastrophic cam and lifter failure. ZDDP works as a sacrificial anti-wear agent, creating a protective film on metal surfaces that prevents direct metal-to-metal contact. When this protection is missing, flat tappet cams can literally wear away within a few thousand miles, requiring complete engine rebuilds. Classic car owners have learned this lesson the hard way, with perfectly restored engines destroyed by modern oil formulations. ZDDP supplements restore the protection these engines were designed to have. However, these supplements should never be used in modern vehicles with catalytic converters. The excess zinc and phosphorus will contaminate and destroy the catalyst over time, leading to expensive emission system repairs. This is a perfect example of why understanding your specific application is crucial when choosing additives. Number 2. Torque converter. Shutter fix for GM and Ford transmissions. The number 2 spot goes to torque converter shutter fix additives, which can eliminate one of the most widespread and expensive transmission problems affecting millions of vehicles. The notorious shutter in GM's 8-speed and 10-speed transmissions, as well as Ford's 10-speed units, feels like driving over rumble strips at highway speeds. This problem has generated class action lawsuits and cost owners thousands in transmission repairs. The shutter occurs when the torque converter clutch begins to slip due to contaminated or degraded transmission fluid. Specific additives containing friction modifiers can restore the friction properties of the ATF and eliminate the symptom. Products like Lucas Transmission Fix contain friction modifiers that can stop the shutter immediately, often within a few miles of driving. For a $20 bottle of additive, you can fix a problem that dealerships charge thousands to repair with torque converter replacement. However, it's critical to understand that this is a symptom-based fix. If the shutter returns after using the additive, it's a definitive sign that the mechanical components are failing and the torque converter will need replacement. This additive works best when used early, before the torque converter clutch material has been severely damaged. It's an inexpensive way to potentially avoid a major transmission repair, making it one of the most valuable additives available. Number 1. PEA-based fuel system cleaners. The ultimate engine detox. Taking the number 1 spot are polyether amine-based fuel system cleaners, the only additives that can actually restore lost engine performance and fuel economy by solving a real, widespread problem that affects virtually every gasoline engine on the road today. Carbon buildup on fuel injectors and intake valves is a common issue in all engines, but it's become particularly severe in gasoline direct injection engines that now dominate the market. Unlike traditional port injection systems where fuel spray washes over intake valves and helps keep them clean, GDI engines inject fuel directly into cylinders, allowing carbon deposits to accumulate unchecked on valve surfaces. These deposits aren't just cosmetic problems. They reduce airflow into cylinders, disrupt fuel atomization patterns, alter compression ratios, and can cause rough idling, reduced power, poor fuel economy, and increased emissions. In severe cases, they can cause cylinder misfires and trigger check engine lights that lead to expensive diagnostic procedures. The problem is so widespread that many manufacturers now recommend regular intake valve cleaning services that can cost $300 to $500 per treatment. But here's where chemistry comes to the rescue. Polyethylamine is a powerful detergent that's uniquely stable enough to survive the extreme temperatures of combustion and actually clean deposits from valve surfaces and piston tops while the engine is running. This isn't marketing hype. It's proven chemistry that's recommended by mechanics and automakers worldwide. PEA molecules are designed to resist thermal breakdown, allowing them to reach the combustion chamber intact and perform their cleaning function where it's needed most. Products like Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus, Redline SI1, and Gumout Regain contain high concentrations of PEA and are widely recognized as the most effective fuel system cleaners available. These products typically cost $10 to $15 per bottle, but can deliver hundreds of dollars worth of cleaning effectiveness. The key distinction is choosing products with high PEA concentrations, not the cheap alternatives that contain mostly alcohol and solvents that make vague cleaning claims. Real PEA-based cleaners cost more because PEA is an expensive chemical to manufacture, but they actually work and deliver measurable results. Many owners report immediately noticeable improvements in idle quality, throttle response, and fuel economy after using these cleaners. Unlike most additives that make subjective claims about improved performance, PEA cleaners deliver objective, measurable improvements that can be verified with fuel economy calculations and emission testing. For GDI engines in particular, regular use of PEA-based cleaners every 5,000 to 10,000 miles isn't optional. It's essential maintenance to prevent carbon buildup from causing expensive problems down the road. The cost of prevention is a fraction of the cost of professional cleaning services or engine repairs caused by carbon-related issues. These 10 additives can solve real problems and save you serious money, but only when used correctly for their intended purposes. Speaking of doing things correctly, even the best additives won't help if poor driving habits are damaging your engine and transmission. New drivers make costly mistakes in traffic that can destroy vehicles faster than any mechanical problem. Check out my breakdown of the 13 critical mistakes beginner drivers make in traffic.